Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sentinel Sports Extra, Cleveland Guardians Weekly Report. We are here tonight with our first edition of the season. We will be here every week, hopefully at a more reasonable hour. Probably around 8 o'clock on Sunday nights, between 8 and 9 o'clock every Sunday night we'll be on for the Guardians Weekly Report. Tonight we're going to just talk about the, we're just going to talk about the week in review. But before we get to that, I want to mention that our show is brought to you by CT Roofing and Power Wash, the official roofer of the Lake County Sentinel. We have they can help you with roofing, siding, power wash, and many things. And you can call them today at 440-278-0205 to get an estimate. They can also help you file an insurance claim. So let's get right to it. The Guardians finished the series in Seattle, opening the season in Seattle, 2-2, which is not, terrible. Seattle's a really good team. Okay, let's just be honest here. Seattle is a really good team. This isn't like they were going and playing a team that was, terrible. They were going and playing a really good team in Seattle, and that was what we saw this weekend was a team that, how can we put this? They bash the ball, the Seattle Mariners. They do. They really bash the ball. And I have to tell you that that's what we saw the entire weekend. The Guardians pitching staff is a good pitching staff. And they gave up 22 runs in 4 games to the Seattle Mariners. So, that's a powerful team. So don't be discouraged by how many runs they gave up. This is a rough start. Where they go next is not going to be easy either. We're going to keep this short tonight. We're going to keep it about 10 minutes. Normally we'll go a half hour when we are on at an earlier time. So, but I want everybody to know that, they started 2-2. They split the series. They won the season opener against the Mariners. Chase DeLauder went 3 for 5 with 2 home runs and 2 RBI in his regular season debut. Rhys Hoskins also went 3 for 3, which was great. That was in his Guardians debut. Tanner Bybee was not pitching terrible. He had given up 3 runs through 5 innings. He had his usual, the Guardians get the lead and he gives it back. He gave it back twice. But then he had to leave with shoulder inflammation, I believe, or something with his shoulder. He took to the bullpen yesterday, and I guess he looked good. I don't know how it felt today. That makes me wonder because he's not scheduled as the starter on Tuesday in LA anymore. So it's TBA. So we'll see what happens with Bybee. Hopefully, if anything, he just misses 1 start. I would have to think that Logan Allen would be called up from AAA Columbus, depending on if he pitched already. I don't know. So we'll find out on Tuesday. But he took Bybee was on the hook for the loss, but Connor Brogdon ended up getting the win. He's 1-0. Cade Smith notched his first save of the year. So game 2, the Guardians lost 5-1, and Gavin Williams, the walker, showed up again. But the highlight of the game was Chase DeLauder in the first inning. He had his 3rd home run in 2 games. in his first at bat in the first inning. That was the only run the Guardians scored in the game. Williams took the loss. He went 5 innings, allowing 3 runs, all earned. The concern for me is that he walked 6 hitters. That's not good. He has got to have his control or he's nothing. He walked 6. He struck out 7. He's going to strike guys out, but he can't walk 6. If he walks 2 or 3, okay, but he can't walk 6. They turn into runs every time. DeLauder went 1 for 4 in the game. Stephen Kwan went 2 for 4 in the loss. So his hits were insignificant. He didn't really, I'm going to get into this on next week's, but I'm starting to form an opinion unlike every other media person in Cleveland about Stephen Kwan. So we'll get into that next week. On Saturday night, the Guardians ended up winning 6-5. They went into the 10th inning 3-3, and they scored 3 runs. The automatic runner scored. I will not call it a ghost runner because it is not a ghost runner because the runner actually exists. So the automatic runner scored, and then Chase DeLauder hit a 2-run home run. But I have to say that, another home run by him, 4 in 3 games. That's unbelievable. And he hit this one to the opposite field. It was crazy. That was a pitch that most people can't hit. And he hit it to the opposite field, a home run. So they had a 6-3 lead at that point. They gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the 10th, but they ended up winning 6-5. He became only the second major leaguer to have home runs in his first 3 big league games, and that ties him with Trevor Story. Cade Smith, who blew the save in the 9th, picked up the win. He's 1-0. Connor Brogdon got the save working the 10th inning where he gave up 1 earned run. The automatic runner does not count as an earned run. The Guardians are now in second place. They're a half game behind the Tigers, who are 2-1. Of course, they're ahead of the Twins and the Royals, who, of course, by the national people, were picked to finish ahead of them. And I just laughed at that. Because I believe the Guardians will win the division. But moving on to the series in LA, Parker Messick will make the start on Monday against Rosie Sasaki. This is not going to be easy, but hey, you never know what can happen. And then game 2 will also be at 10:10 on Tuesday night. Right now, as I said, the pitcher is listed as TBA. It was supposed to be Bybee, but who knows what's happening with him. I'm sure we'll find out more tomorrow. Until the shoulder thing popped up, he was supposed to face Shohei Ohtani. He will face Shohei Ohtani. This definitely is not getting easier, folks. The schedule maker said, hey, let's stack the deck against them early and see what happens. So then finally they'll finish the series with a day afternoon game in LA, but it's an evening game here, pretty much almost a normal time, 8:20 on Wednesday night. Gavin Williams will face another tough pitcher, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I'm sure I said that wrong. He's 1-0 with a 3.0 ERA in one start. Then they will finally come home Friday afternoon at 4:10. They will have the home opener. It's always a celebration here in Cleveland. They will, I'm sure, hang the banner for the Central Division Championship. And the Cubs are 1-2 after opening the season against the Angels. Slade Ciccone looks like he should be making the opening day start at Progressive Field. It'll be a 3-game set with the Cubs. But we'll be back with you next Sunday night Probably between 8 and 9 o'clock. We will put something out that'll tell when we will be on. So until next Sunday, hope everybody has a great week. Oh, I always give my prediction how they're going to do, right? I'm going to say they go 2-4 this week. Okay, I'm going to say 2-4. It's hard to say they're going to do better than that. Okay, folks. I mean, this is a tough schedule here. They played 3 playoff teams right to start the season. All right. So I'm going to say 2-4 for the week. I'm going to say we're going to meet here next week, and they're going to be 4-6. Okay. So, and I will not be disappointed if they're 4-6. This is, like I said, this is a real tough first 10 games. But until next week, I hope everybody has a great week, and have a good night, everybody.